Hi, I'm Wade Harvey. I wanted to show you how easy it is to use IdealAutomate to automate any tasks on your computer. Now, the general idea behind this is that when we automate something, we remove the decision-making process, we speed it up. We always do it correctly. So if we can share that automated process with several people, or if we can chain those automated things that we know how to do together, we can go further in reaching our goals. So in this video, I want to do a hello world example of how to automate opening up Internet Explorer, and either using Google or Yahoo to perform a search for the words hello world. So this interface is the IdealAutomate interface. It's got this up arrow icon, which you'll get when I've pinned it to my taskbar, so I can always have it handy. What you have are some scripts that I've written to help me automate various tasks. Gives me easy access to them. I can search for them. So, script generator is an interesting script. I used IdealAutomate to automate the process of writing scripts. So this shows you kind of in the process of creating the script how the interface works, the automation process looks like. So I'm going to run that script. These are the methods in the core library that I've written to help you automate tasks more easily. You can think of the script generator as being intelligence on steroids. Each method receives some terms, it gives you examples and so forth. And then it puts the code behind that it generates, which is just WPF code, C#. It puts it in your clipboard and you just paste it in your project. So to get started, we're going to create a new Visual Studio project. It's going to be a WPF project in C#. I'm going to click on this button. This will do it automatically for me. I'll find a template that gets installed when you install IdealAutomate, called IdealAutomate Core, which includes a reference to the IdealAutomate Core library where all those methods, all those buttons that were on that screen reside. So since I've run this before, the project name's already filled in for me. So far I haven't typed anything. I just clicked on that button. It's doing everything behind the scenes for me. Opening up Visual Studio, creating the project, everything. I'll click on this icon down here to minimize the script generator. I want to look at the code behind. It was put in this bare bones project, WPF C# project. There's a lot of examples that are put in the project. We're not really interested in all those examples. Shows you how to create a tutorial, how to create a dialog screen, to ask users for input and so forth. But we're going to do everything from scratch so you can see what's involved. So I'm going to delete those examples and just go with what we have. And this My Actions is an instance of Ideal Core methods. So that connects us back to that screen of all the buttons that shows how to do stuff. So in the script generator. So go back and click on script generator. The first thing we want to do is present a window to the user to ask them, do they want to use Yahoo or Google in doing their search? And what do they want to search for? So since the window is involved, these are the methods. Go to the window, multiple controls. I want multiple controls in a window, so I'm going to click on this button. This is going to present a user interface I can use to generate that dialog window. So I'm going to put a heading at the top of it saying hello world example so they'll know where they are. If I put spaces in the ID field, it will remove them in the code behind. So added a heading to a dialog window that I'm going to show to the user. I'm going to add a combo box to that same dialog window. First thing I want to do is ask which search engine do they want to use. Okay. If they just have a small drop-down list, they can just type it in manually here. If it's more lengthy, they can use the database, but that's more complicated than I'll show in the hello world example. So I'm just entering key values for the combo box. I'm typing this manually, and I'm going to set the default value to yahoo.com to show you that it can select the default value. And click OK. Every time I click OK after selecting one of these buttons, it's generating more code, adding it to the gen so far. If I forget where I am, I can press this display prototype button, and it shows me what it's generated so far. It dynamically compiled the code that it was creating. So we have a search engine, and it did use that default value. So that shows me the code behind that got generated so far. Now I'm just continuing on. I need to add a text box, ask them what they want to search for. Click OK. So that was added on to the combo box in the heading. So I could display it again, but I think it did it okay, so I know where I am, so I'm going to click OK. It's going to put all the generated code in Notepad that I can cut and paste and put it right in my program. So this is that dialog screen that's going to ask them for the search engine and ask them what they were searching for. It put some extra stuff that I don't need in this project in there, so I'm going to delete that. So far we've got the window popping up to ask the user what they want trying to do. And after that, we need to open up IE with the search engine that they selected from that combo box. So I'm going to go to see Internet Explorer, IE, go to URL. I go here and I select search engine. This is for the website URL. I'm using a variable, and this is the syntax. Square brackets indicate parameters that are going to be filled in by the variables below. So using a variable, use a new tab in Internet Explorer. Click OK. Shows me the C# code that was generated and put in my clipboard. And then I can just do a Control-V to paste what was in my clipboard into the program. So the next step, I need to type 3 things into Internet Explorer. After it's opened, I'm going to use this type text syntax. Gives me a lot of options for what I can be doing. First thing I need to do is hit the escape button, because when you open up Internet Explorer there can be pop-ups. That'll get rid of those. So click OK, and it generated this syntax. It's going to wait 4 seconds and type escape. The brackets around escape are send key syntax to send text to any application in your computer. Click OK, and I paste that escape statement that's going to do the escape for me right there. Tells me in comments that I'm doing an escape. Next thing I want to do is type the search term. So I'm going to pick search term from my variables and click OK. I can move this down to 3 seconds, or I'd leave it at 4. Okay. Minimize that. Paste that code in there. And then the last thing I need to do is hit enter. So I use type text. Enter. Press OK. Now I'm through with the script generator. Got all the code that I need. Paste the enter, type into the enter button. Now I run the hello world example in debug mode. This is the interface that's presented to the user. They can select Yahoo or Google. They click OK, and now everything is going on by itself. It hit escape. Now it types hello world. And hits enter, and there's your search results for Yahoo. So now we can just minimize this and run the Visual Studio project again and show you how it works for Google. So the user would say, okay, now I want to do Google for Hello World. And they click OK. Since Internet Explorer was already open, it's going to open a new window. Type in Google. Hit escape, type hello world, type enter, and there are your search results in Google. So we can close Internet Explorer now. We're through with that. One last thing that you may want to do after you've created your automation task, you might want to add it to this interface. You can do that through the script generator as well. You might want to add it to this so you don't have to get in Visual Studio each time. So to do that, you can get in script generator. And it says copy Visual Studio project to IdealAutomate. That's what we want to do. So I click that. It's going to ask me which Visual Studio do I want to use. If I had multiple, I do actually have a multiple. Visual Studio is open, so I want to use the Hello World example. So I click OK. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go in Solution Explorer and open up in Windows Explorer to get the path where the source code is. And it opens up IdealAutomate. I'm not typing anything. It's typing in Hello World example, saving that, and it's pasting in the location of the executable. And it did all that by itself. So I can shut down Visual Studio through a script generator. So now I have a new script called Hello World. And in order to run it, I just click on Run Script. There it is. Thanks for watching.